Hello and welcome back to my studio. It's been a while, hasn't it? Indeed. Well, for those of you who know me. For those of you who don't, my name is Louisa Linton. I'm a Scottish artist living and working in Montpellier in the south of France. So what's the news? Well, there's good news. First being the publication of this wee book last summer with my cyanotypes to accompany a text written by the love of my life, Philippe, and he had this text published and used some of my cyanotypes to suggest atmosphere, not to illustrate the text at all, but most of what he used are like details. Here's feathers. So these are all cyanotypes that I made at the time. And here's, look, that's my hair. So here I am to explain how to make cyanotypes. You want to see some? There's grasses and flowers and grasses. So they're their old ones. The new ones, look at this with tinsel. Is that lovely? Oh, I think they're lovely. So I'm going to show you how you make them, and I'll be back after you've seen the demonstration. I'll be back with really good news. So hang on, hang on to your hats. I'll be back in a minute. To make a cyanotype, first of all, you need to prepare your paper, which you do away from UV light, so away from natural light, in a dark space, in a dark room. And first of all, you prepare the chemicals. You add water to the powder in the bottles 24 hours before. You leave them to soak, and then the next day they're ready. And the proportions are 1 to 1. So like here, 1 big teaspoon to 1 big teaspoon, which produces what seems like a dark green liquid, which is in fact is yellow when it's painted on, and then turns this beautiful deep Prussian blue when it's exposed to UV light, whether a lamp or the sun. So depending on the brush you use, if you use a soft synthetic, you get a nice even background, a blue background. But what I like to do is to actually integrate the background into the final image. So I use all kinds of brushes, like here I used a toothbrush. You can use fan brushes to get an interesting background to your final image. So the next day you take your paper out of the dark and you place whatever objects you've prepared in advance on the paper. Then you'll maybe need to put a piece of glass or some plastic down on top to hold everything down. And you take it outside and expose your paper to natural light. So depending on where you live, depending on the time of year, depending on the weather, it can be anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 hours. You leave your paper exposed. Then you remove whatever the objects are on your paper. You can see that it's gone from green to dark brown. Then you take it inside and you rinse the paper and then soak it for a few minutes in water with vinegar, a wee bit of vinegar added. And then dry your paper as flat as possible. And there you go. Now look, I need to show you this. Look at this. This folder is full of cyanotypes. And that's where all these new ones, that's where they're going. In a folder. And I've got loads of folders. And I keep producing and storing. And producing and storing. So this is like my store, where I store my art. But it recently occurred to me that I could maybe try having a store online where my work would be available, but maybe for a much cheaper price than if you actually buy the original work. So I've been looking into this, and in actual fact, for the past 4 weeks, I've been working on this new project called RheaCrea, because I live in Red Hat Street, and Red Hat, that's RH, in French is CR, Chapeau Rouge, and I live in Rue du Chapeau Rouge, in Red Hat Street. So it's Red Hat et al. And Chapeau Rouge et al. RheaCrea is the name of my business. And I now have stores online where you can buy posters, or you can buy postcards, or small prints with a frame, with no frame. You can see my designs on t-shirts, on mugs. There's all sorts of things. Anyway, RheaCrea is now officially open for business. And as you'll see, the first designs, I actually used AI to come up with the initial stuff. And because I didn't have any new cyanotypes, the idea was to do cyanotypes to do the first designs, but it started raining, and it rained and it rained, and we've never had any sun, enough sun for me to get out and do it. So I used AI and came up with these designs and got my store up online. And you can see the link in the description below, as they always say. So that was the other piece of exciting news. So that's been worthy of your attention, I hope. And what I also hope is that you have a gift to give to someone, a card or a t-shirt, or I don't know. Obviously with February coming up, well, it's now the beginning of February, so what happens in February? St. Valentine's, the red hearts. Well, no, in this club it's the white hearts and the red hats. And so, if you're still here, thank you very much for watching. If you liked this video, then please like it and subscribe to the channel. RheaCrea. Well, I don't know how to say it in English. RheaCrea. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye just now.